Hello, everybody. Happy Monday to you. It is the day after Father's Day. Hope you all had a good Father's Day. Of course, that's in North America. Wherever else you may be in the world, it might not have been Father's Day, but have a happy Monday to you anyway. Excuse me, I needed a drink of water. I've got a little bit of allergies happening today, so if I'm a little stuffy, sorry about that. I found this one on Pinterest, so I thought I would give it a go. Let me close my curtains so you don't get any glare, or minimal glare anyway. All right, so I thought that looked really cool. It has steps going all the way, oops, through to there. So the first thing we do is we basically make a frangipani flower of like when we make our plum lay, my pattern, the plumeria flower, right? So you just do the arms going around, and then you come down here, you make that flower. Then it looks like we make, it's hard to see exactly what we want to do here. We make she says it goes this way. So maybe we start with this loop and then do this one. Stop at about the halfway point, approximately. Do that on all the arms. And then we try to line up these points. So the one coming out of here ends up here. And then you stop at the string. And then this one coming out of here goes this way, this way, this way. So we just braid them. Do our best to line it up like that. And I do like how her she did with the stripes and filled in the middle. I like that. I think that looks really good. So we're going to give that a go and see what happens. Not sure how it's going to happen, but we're going to do this part in pencil, okay? So let's give that a go. Turn on my light. I can open my curtain again. It's a beautiful day today. It's a little overcast in the 70s. Got my windows open, so if you hear any birds, that's going to be that. Zoom in a little bit. There we go. Let's just use my pencil lightly. Okay, so I'm a little close together there. Let's do it here, here, and here. Okay, we're going to subtract that one and that one. Move them all over just a bit. Still need to move these over just a bit. Just a bit. Okay, can you see that? I know it's really light, but then we're going to go like this, like this, like this, like this, and like this. Okay, then I'm going to pencil in these loops. It needs to be more like that. It's a little straight, a little curvier. want those bigger. I think I actually want those ribbons fatter. I don't like how I did that, so let's try that again. Can you guys even really see what I'm doing? Probably not. I want a fatter, more like that. I want a fatter braid. Something like this. Okay, then number 2 is going to go this way. It's going to kind of come from there and just go here. Go longer. And then this one comes here. Some people are going to criticize me and say that this isn't Zentangle because I'm planning it out in pencil. And for that, I would say you are correct. I don't claim to do Zentangle. I claim to do tangle patterns. The method of Zentangle is not what I do. So if that's what you came here for, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Okay, something like that. All right, so I've planned mine in pencil. Yes, I have. I absolutely have. Sometimes I don't, but sometimes I do, and I don't feel bad about it. And then at the bottom here, when I scroll all the way to the bottom, they have hashtag tutorial and then hashtag Fiore, Fiore, which I'm assuming is the name of the pattern. Have I researched that thoroughly? Nope. Surely didn't. And then we can draw. And I'm going to do it just in the same way the step out shows. just like I did in the pencil in the same steps. Each arm is going to be slightly different, especially this one is really short. Because, you know, I've got an edge of the paper there to deal with. Which I could go off the edge of the paper, but I didn't. I did not. And then number 2 is this one. This one comes here, goes this way, comes there, and goes this way. Comes here. Comes out there. This one comes this way. And this one comes this way. They're just slightly different than my pencil line because my actually ink line ended up slightly different than my pencil line, and that's okay. And then this one this way. Make sure they all connect here. That one ended up out here. It needs to connect. Can you see what I'm doing? No, you cannot. I am too far away. Something like that. Okay, so now these ones that are kind of like floating in space, we want to connect those up. Right? This one's way off. I'm way off from connecting. This one should have ended up way down here. How to fix that? Just got to keep going till it hits what it hits, right? Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. Till it hits what it hits. Now I'm going to erase all that pencil mat. Yes, I know. In regular Zentangle, you don't need to erase because you haven't used your pencil for anything but a string. I understand that. I understand the theory of Zentangle, and I started out doing Zentangle, and then I evolved. Good for the good or the bad, I evolved. I am now doing something different. So now we're going to make I'm very quiet today. Let's do a question so that I'm not quite so quiet. Let's do this one. What movies that you watched growing up made a huge impression on you? Hate it when they do movie questions because even growing up, movies was never my thing. I know that there are families like my in-laws, my brother and sister-in-law and their kids. Movies are like an integral part of their life. They quote movie quotes. They know actors and actresses. They know plot lines. It's a thing. I know nothing. And there are very few movies that I even remember. And even fewer that maybe made an impact on my life. Good gracious. This feels like it should connect over here, doesn't it? Feels like this piece here is just like floating in space. I think I'm going to bring it around and connect it to there, but let me finish these first. Guess the first movie that came to mind that just popped into my head for some reason, I don't know that it made a big impact on my life, but first movie that popped into my head was Wizard of Oz. Don't really know why. And the original, the first Star Wars, that one made a big impression on me. I really appreciated and both of them seem to have a really big, huge theme of good and evil, right? You know, I feel like these are not, they feel like they need to continue over here. So I'm gonna do that with pencil so I can see if I really like it or not. No, that's not where that's going. That's not where that line is going. That line is going up here. I wonder if I go off the page with that. If that would be interesting. Yeah, I find that more interesting. Okay, we're going to do that. Hang on to your seats, folks. We are changing direction with this pattern. And I'm going all the way to the edge. I never go all the way to the edge. But I'm going all the way to the edge, people. It's a new day. Actually, I think it goes behind that one a little bit. What's that? Something important or not? Come on. It came up to my... No, nothing important. Okay. Oh, I like that much better. That flows with my eye. This one just seemed to stop in the middle of nowhere, which I didn't like. Okay, so now I want to fill that in. Let me get my brush pen. And I'm going to leave a little sparkly spot as well. Just like that. So this is going to take a minute to color in. Well, let's do another thing. The movies are not really my thing. So let's do another question. Oh, and I have a cough. What is an item of clothing you wore over and over as a kid? I had, boy, that was an easy thing, popped right to my head. A drink of water, excuse me. I had in middle school this pair of brown corduroys. They were my favorite. They had just the right amount of corduroy. Do you know what I mean? It was the bumps in the fabric were not so little that they seemed smooth, but they weren't so much that they made your thighs go when you walked. They were a perfect corduroy, and they were this kind of it was a brown that was slightly on the orange side, and that was back in the 70s when orange and brown and red, yellow, they were the in colors, and I just wore the heck out of those. I loved those pants. Were they bell bottoms? I'm trying to remember. I do believe that they were also bell bottoms. That was the only pair of pants where I felt stylish, because most of my clothes were not. Most of my clothes were not. But that pair of pants was the only thing I had that I really had gone out specifically and purchased new. We were not the most well-to-do family, and we were living in a very well-to-do neighborhood where everyone, I mean, I swear everyone around me was way more well-to-do than we were. And I felt it. Whether anybody made me feel less than or not, most people did not make me feel less than. There were some that clearly thought that because I couldn't afford that I was less than. But for the most part, I need to put a piece of paper underneath there, or I'm going to get black all over my pink, which is why I don't usually do all the way to the edge. Yeah, there was one or two that made me feel less than. They wanted to feel superior, so they would make fun. I don't know if I need one right there. That it needs to be there. The shiny bit. Does it need to be smaller? Yeah, maybe a little smaller. But that's a good spot for it. Okay. But that pair of pants I bought it with my own money from the Gap, and it was a very important piece of clothing for me. It was the one thing that I didn't feel like I was wearing a hand-me-down or something less than that was bought at, like Kmart or something. But I actually went to the mall. I couldn't afford mall clothes. I honestly could not afford mall clothes. Most of my clothes came either hand-me-downs. There weren't an abundance of thrift stores back then, but lots of hand-me-downs. And it wasn't the in thing to wear vintage. Right now, vintage is cool. So if you're wearing somebody's old clothes, it's all right, because look at this cool thing I got. It used to be my aunt's when she was little, and now it's mine, and it's very cool because it's retro. No, that wasn't a thing back then. You needed to be in fashion. You needed to be fully on hippie. And you needed to be on trend. And I, most of the time, was not. And I didn't have a lot of money. Didn't have a lot of clothes. Most of the girls changed their outfits like they had probably enough clothes to have a different outfit every day for 3 or 4 weeks before you saw the same outfit again. That was not me. Pretty much what you saw in my wardrobe, I had a summer wardrobe and a winter wardrobe, and I had like five outfits to wear to school. So I didn't wear the same thing every day. Although I might have worn those dang pants every day once I got them. They were okay. You could wear your jeans like every day and nobody notices. Well, I think I wore those dang pants every day. People probably noticed. But it was definitely a thing. And I didn't realize till I was older that was something I was doing consciously. I don't know if I was consciously trying to fit in. So I do remember buying those pants and thinking, gee, I have some new clothes. That was back in the day. Not only did we not have much money, but, you got school clothes. You got school clothes at back to school time, right before school started. And that was it. Those are all of the clothes you had for the whole year. You had to choose judiciously. You couldn't just go get a new outfit if you felt like it, Of course, trends didn't change as fast back then either. I feel sorry for the kids nowadays, where the trends seem to change day to day. Like today this is in, tomorrow it's not in. But we also didn't have fast fashion either. And clothes were relatively expensive for as compared to now. So you just didn't, my mom had a budget. And that was it. That was for school clothes. And I squeaked as close to mom's budget as possible. But that had to include socks and underwear. And so you had to be very careful. So shoes, there was a lot you had to get out of that budget. And if you picked expensive shoes, well, then you had the cheap clothes all year. And you grew out of your shoes so dang fast. So we tended to have cheap shoes because shoes was one of those things you kind of had to have. You had to kind of get them twice a year. Mom hated that. She had to get us shoes twice a year because that was very expensive. So we tended to have cheap shoes. We went to the discount place, drove 2 cities over to go to the discount shoe place. Because no, you did not shop for shoes in the mall. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Did I look at styles in the mall and then maybe go back to the discount place and see if I could find something similar to what I saw in the mall? Yeah. But most of my shoes, I would say most of my shoes were just what we call tennis shoes here. Some people call them trainers or sneakers. That was most of my shoe footwear because stylish shoes just weren't in the budget. But I did have a pair of candies. Oh, I loved my candies. I wore them with my bell-bottom corduroys. Yes, indeed. I had a pair of candies. But see, I could buy myself, or we could get more fancier, stylish shoes um, as we got older because we stopped growing and changing shoe and clothing sizes so fast. But when I had to have 2 pair of sneakers a year, that was that was almost out of budget. Ooh, the neighbors are out. I don't want to listen to the neighbors. Gotta close my windows. Pardon me. One moment. Put those down. Okay. How's this going? This is going well. All right. Next question. We're just going to go through lots of questions today. What are some mistakes you have made recently? I try not to dwell on my mistakes, so I tend to forget them fairly quickly. Most of my mistakes, of course, have been probably job related because that's where I spent most of my time. The other day, I went to go get a tool that I needed for my job, and my boss was upset because I'd left the front unattended a little longer than he prefers. There was nobody in the store. But I came around the corner and he was standing there. He wasn't there. He was just coming to work and found the front with nobody there. He was just standing there with his arms crossed, and I knew I was in trouble. That was a mistake. I do make them from time to time. But sometimes you gotta weigh pros and cons. Apparently I didn't do a good job. Oh well. He got over it. We got over it. We're fine. But like I said, I don't dwell on my mistakes. I know I make them. I make them all the time. But I don't dwell on them, so I don't think about them. I don't remember them. It's a good thing to do not to dwell on your mistakes. If you think about everything you've done wrong and you dwell on them and you ruminate about them, then they become a mantra rather than having a mantra of love for yourself and compassion. You end up with a mantra of beating yourself up, and that's not a good thing. So I really honestly don't. I try not to remember my mistakes. So unless there's a mistake that has a grave consequence to it, I just let it roll off. I am happy with this. Oh yeah, I need to do this one. Okay. Almost done, folks. Almost done. Then we can get to the highlighting, which is, of course, my favorite part. I'm deciding what color I want, or if I want color on the little stripe. I think I do. I want it to come out from the background. One more. One more. You guys been watching any good YouTubers lately? I'm needing to find some new people to watch. Not that I don't watch plenty of YouTube, but I feel like there's some people that I'm missing out on. If you have any good YouTuber suggestions, drop them in the comments below. I would appreciate it. We are highlighting the heck out of these little white shiny bits. All you need is a little zigzag. You don't need much in there to make it even more shiny. And then we can decide what color we want the rest of the ribbon to be. Okay, that was quick. Do I want this ribbon? I want this ribbon to be maybe a darker green. I'm going to do it with the pen. What is this going to look like on this paper? That's bright. I'm not sure that's the color I want. Maybe this olive green color. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Nope. Maybe. Maybe. Like that? Oh, that's not a good color. Ugh. Oh, I'm so disappointed. It's a terrible color. What to do? What to do? It's all right. We'll just do a. We're all right. It is what it is. I'm just gonna go. I don't want that little shiny bit there. I'm just gonna go solid. And then we'll come back. I got a little carried away with the dark. I don't know why I was thinking dark. Dark is not the way to go, Dawn. too late now. We've gone dark. We've gone to the dark side. So what I'm going to need to do to counteract this dark is to come back through with a white pen and give this whole thing a go around the edge with white, and that should make it come back and stand out. I'm very disappointed in myself with the dark choice. It's not horrible, but it's not right. It's better in real life than it is on the camera. On the camera, it's very dark. Very, very dark. But we are going to fix it because we are professionals. At least when talking about mistakes, there's one. That was a poor choice of color. We're not going to dwell on it. We're going to take it. We're going to run with it. And then we're going to fix it. Want the bright green? Maybe. We're going to have to play with this on the back side. That's what the back side is for. I play with colors on the back side. What my mistake was is when I played with the color on the back side. I mean, I don't mind this color. I like this color. But I didn't put it up against the black to see that it didn't have a good enough contrast. That was my issue. So what I need to do is over here on the back side, I need to put some black. Then I need to put some of this green. And then we need to figure out how fix it. Do I want to do that? No, that's not helpful. Do I want to do a yellow? Ooh, that looks good. Do I want to do a white? Come on. Darned pens. I want to do a white. That's what my original thought process was. White doesn't want to draw. The yellow's not bad, though. Let's try the yellow. All right, we're going in. I'm either going to make it worse or I'm going to make it better. Well, I'm not sure if I like it or if I don't like it. It didn't make it worse, but I'm not sure that it made it better either. Not sure. People, I am not sure. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's all right. We're just winging it. Like that. Okay, that's better. All right. I think we're going to be done at this point. And what did I call this? Fiore, Fiore. Okay, we're done. It is what it is. Mistakes have been made. Mistakes have been tried to be corrected. And it's not bad. It really isn't bad. It's just the green wasn't what I liked. But then when it was wet, it was too dark. But then as it dried, it looks better. I don't know. I feel like it needs a glow. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try something. Gonna try something. It may not work. It may make it worse. It may just look weird. We're lightening up the background just a little bit. I may run out of time, so if I do, if my battery turns itself off, then I'm going to say goodbye now. You guys have a great day. Do something nice for someone today. Make the world a better place. Not sure if that helped or hindered or didn't do anything at all. All right, good enough. We're done. We're done. Got to find something different to do tomorrow. I will see you guys on the next video, whenever that will be. It'll be on Wednesday. Oh, summer solstice. Look, we're going to have a summer solstice. All right, you guys have a great day. I will see you later. Bye-bye.